this season. The only game in the NFL this weekend in which both teams have winning records. Bills and the Saints as Tate takes it out. He's across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Von Bell, 7th in the NFL in rushing in the backfield as Taylor swings it out. It was deflected. McCoy able to make the catch after Alex Okafor got a piece of it.
Kelvin Benjamin lined up at the top of your screen, one-on-one. That'll be a matchup to follow all day long.
There's Benjamin in his Bills debut, his first reception.
Corners, keep an eye on Marshawn Lattimore and Ken Crawley.
On the toss is McCoy, picks up a first down and more. LeSean McCoy still going, finally tackled at the Saints' 30-yard line.
Game from Buffalo.
Now with 3 tight ends, the toss to Mike Tolbert, but he's hit for a loss back at the 33. Lost 2 yards on the previous play, and now Taylor takes off. Tyrod Taylor spins inside the 20, down at the 19-yard line, tackled by Marcus Williams. McCoy back in, takes the handoff from Taylor. Buffalo Bills off to a terrific start, Rondé. Taylor looking for Benjamin in the end zone, did not connect. 3rd down and 9 from the Saints 18. As Taylor throws off the hand of Benjamin. Hauschka from 37. This kick is good, 3 hours.
I simulate broadcast thinking about working with you, Kenny, too.
There you go. Willie Snead will not take it out. Brandon Coleman in motion, Mark Ingram in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Quick release and a first down out to the 37-yard line. It's Michael Thomas.
The complement of those 2 guys has been fantastic here the past month.
And this is Kamara, the rookie. And he gains 9.
Fantastic matchup for this young secondary.
Hyde with 5 interceptions, 2nd in the league as Ingram picks up the first down into Bills territory. It's Hyde who makes the tackle.
Look at Ted Ginn at the bottom of your screen.
On the 39 on first down. Breeze thinking about taking that shot, could not find an open receiver, and then he throws it out of bounds.
Really benefited them in the last 6 weeks of the season.
Right, that was the total number of possessions. They are 5th in time of possession, so longer drives for the Saints than what we've been used to watching over the past decade under Sean Payton. Thomas, Ginn, and Snead. Out of the backfield, it's Kamara. And Alvin Kamara looks to be just short. Now Ginn shifts into the backfield. It's Ingram inside the 20. Stays on his feet and is finally tackled at the 5-yard line by Jordan Poyer.
That's going to be the challenge for the Buffalo Bills defense.
7th in the league in rushing on the Saints this season. As Ingram is still on his feet. What a push. And he's finally down at the 2. 2nd and goal. Breeze looking end zone. He throws. There is a flag. Pass intended for Michael Ho'omanawanui.
Pass interference, defense number 52. Foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
That's on Preston Brown. First and goal. Into the end zone. It's Mark Ingram for a Saints touchdown.
Once you watch Zach Line, he's going to come into your screen here off the right side. You see the puller in Andrews Pete. Zach Line's going to clear the road, get Leonard Johnson out of the way, and just an easy walk-in touchdown.
Will Lutz, extra point is straight through.
Built athlete, you don't run right through you if you get the chance.
Former Heisman Trophy winner. Tate will not take it out. Bills with a field goal on their first possession.
One of their best defensive backs in Kenny Vaccaro. I think I would test some of the young guys out there.
This is McCoy, found a hole, and gains 5 out to the 30. Clay.
Those guys can play man-to-man.
Marcus Williams, Bell, Bush, all on the field on 2nd down. There is a flag as Taylor throws it out of bounds.
Tripping, offense number 84. 10-yard penalty, second down.
And again, it's Okafor. That's the second time he's got a hand on a pass intended for LaShawn McCoy. Here's with the Cardinals, so it is now 4th down and 14. Bills must get to the 35 for a first down. Underneath to McCoy. Okafor the tackle. Good defensive series for.
Keep everything in front of them. They're not making mistakes, and they have been great tacklers.
Saints had some issues hanging on to the football and special teams last week. This is Ted Ginn Jr. setting up excellent field position.
They have pieced together a good unit here, and they've done very well all season.
Max Unger, the anchor in the middle. Breeze complete to Thomas for a Saints first down. Gain of 11.
They've been very good, been taking care of their quarterback and opening lanes for their runners.
From the 44, it's Ingram up the middle. Now, when you mentioned that to Breeze about Kelemete, he said, I like that. I might steal that from you. Only one that started every game at the same position up front for the Saints this year. On 2nd and 7, it's Thomas. That's his third catch today to the Bills. Movement prior to the snap.
Neutral's under fraction, defense number 50. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's on the former Saint. He spent 6 years in New Orleans. Ramon Humber in motion. Breeze, quick release, and it is nearly picked off. Empty backfield once again. 2nd down and 10. Breeze moving to his right. He throws, and that is incomplete. Kobe Fleener unable to hang on as from Norfolk, Virginia, as well as Fox NFL kickoff. 2nd down and 10. Thomas will not get there. There is a flag on 3rd and 10.
Personal foul, grasping face mask, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So a new set of downs from the 14-yard line. It's Ingram. Mark Ingram gains 5 down to the Bills 9 with just over 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 2nd down and 5. Off the fake to Ingram. Ball comes loose after the reception by Josh Hill. And the Bills have recovered.
Ball turnover.
Now it's McCoy, cuts to the outside on first down. For the Bills defense, Ronde, that's their 18th takeaway. He was drafted by the Eagles back in 2009.
And not only is he a great runner,
well, that did not work as the Bills had hoped as Taylor handed it off to the wideout Deontay Thompson. 2nd down at 15. Inside handoff to McCoy. Again, cuts to the outside, but not much.
Teo, who's normally just a 1st and 2nd down linebacker for this team.
3rd down and 15. Taylor over the middle. Tolbert down at the 24.
They struggle a little bit.
Ted Ginn Jr. on the run. Looked like he was going to let it bounce initially. Takes it out to the 49. The fullback Zach Line. This is Ingram. So hard to bring him down, Ronde. He's still going to the 41. Gain of 7. Second down and 3. Ramon Humber comes up to make the tackle. Saints must get to the 38 for a first down. And a flag comes in as the catch is made at the 35-yard line by Ted Ginn Jr.
Pass interference, offense number 19. 10-yard penalty, third down.
Must get to the 38-yard line for a first down. Breeze steps up, pump fake. Now he throws and it's caught for a first down and more. As Brandon Coleman is finally tackled at the 21-yard line. It's Brandon Coleman matched up with Pitts as they keep it on the ground with Ingram to the 16-yard line of the Bills. Breeze pointing out Preston Brown on the Bills defense. is made at the 13-yard line.
Just put out their nickel defense there and say, you know, whatever comp we're going to have to deal.
The toss to Kamara on third down. Kamara has a first down and is tackled at the 3. First and goal from the 3. Breeze rolling to his right. And then he throws it away. Did not find an open receiver. On second down. It's Ingram. He's in. His second touchdown today.
Lots of yards after contact. Lorenzo Alexander, you got to get underneath him. You have to be lower than Mark Ingram. He's just going to run right through you. Second touchdown of the day for Mark Ingram.
6th of the season. Lutz, the extra point. Go up into the stands.
I did not.
No, not once.
I would have been scared to go. No chance.
Even at a home game. Tate takes a hard hit. Bills start from their 17-yard line. Taylor looking to throw on first down. Over the middle, complete to the 22-yard line. It's Christina. Patrick DeMarco gained 5 on first down. And now it's LeSean McCoy. Ball comes out. And it's recovered by the left tackle, Dion Dawkins. Third down and 1 as Taylor pulls it in. He throws. And Charles Clay picks up a first down for the Bills. Clay and Von Bell.
It works sometimes, Kenny.
Now Taylor loads of time on first down. It's McCoy, but he's met immediately by Craig Robertson as Taylor could not find a receiver downfield. Got his hand on 2 Taylor passes today, nearly a third. Now Taylor in trouble. He escapes. And he's out of bounds at the 38-yard line. 6 minutes remaining, second quarter. Taylor sets, and now he throws. It's Deontay Thompson, incomplete.
The acrobatic catch over the DB.
Fair catch is called for at the 20-yard line by Ted Ginn Jr. At Orchard Park, Drew Brees and the Saints with a 14-3 lead. Mark Ingram with both New Orleans touchdowns. Wide open, it's Thomas. Michael Thomas picks up the Saints first down to the 42, a 22-yard completion. Brees stands in the pocket, now to the outside, and take it out to the 46-yard line by Ho'o Manuanui. Second down and 6. It's Thomas again. Nice move, and he picks up the first down in Bills territory. First and 10 from the Bills 44. It's Ingram. Well, Rhonda, you mentioned playing against Drew Brees and the Saints.
Didn't have a reason to hate me already. Thanks, Kenny.
Second down and 8. This is Kamara. Kamara down at the 38-yard line of the Bills. Saints are 3 for 4 on third down today. As Brees throws, it's Thomas, makes the catch, hurdles a defender, and is finally brought down at the 10-yard line by Jordan Poyer. 7 receptions, 91 yards for Michael Thomas. Off the fake to Ingram. Brees swings it out, but it was behind Brandon Coleman. Second and goal from the Bills 10. This is Kamara. And he will go nowhere.
Big hit, Lorenzo Alexander.
Absolutely. Sure, he's enjoyed the first half. There's Kamara. And he is down at the 4-yard line. It's from 23 to extend the Saints lead. It is now 17-3.
Gave him a service dog. Beautiful dog.
This is Tate. Brandon Tate down at the 19-yard line. Daniel Lasco of the Saints injured earlier in this second quarter for an update. A minute 33 on the clock. Tyrod Taylor on first down. He spins away from pressure. Still being chased, and then throws it out of bounds. Bills are only 100 yards of total offense today. On second and 10 from the 18-yard line, it's Charles Clay. Hunted in this first half. Colbert, 4th straight punt for the Bills. Bolton Schmidt from his 17. Looking at the 28 by Ted Ginn Jr. And a nice play made by Dion Lacey on special teams. So the clock will wind down. New Orleans Saints
maintaining drives, and they've done a good job of keeping the Bills off the field as they've done staying on the field.
Days ago on a Thursday night. So the Saints with a 14-point lead. Couple of pump fakes by Drew Brees, and now he throws. It's incomplete.
Extremely well to start his career.
Right, he was the rookie of the month in October following White. Taken out to the 29-yard line. Brees swings it out. It's Kamara. And again, you get the ball into the hands of Kamara, and then he makes something happen. He picks up the Saints' first down. Saints now 5 for 7 on third down. As Brees fires it. All right, thanks, Christina. On 2nd and 10, Brees to Kamara. There is a flag. Kamara into Bills territory for a Saints first down to the Buffalo 43-yard line, a gain of 15, but we'll check with Terry McCauley, which to be against the Saints.
Pass interference, offense number 84. 10-yard penalty, second down.
Sean against Sean. Peyton with a 17-3 lead. Couple of flags are thrown as Ted Ginn Jr. is down at the 30-yard line.
Offside, defense number 50. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Ramon Humber's second penalty today.
All day today. On your screen.
Second down and 15. As Brees throws, it's Thomas. What a catch. His 8th of the day. Mark Ingram. Ingram up the middle. The Bills 39, a gain of 3.
Easy on the Saints.
2nd and 8, it's Ingram again, and he has a first down and more. Mark Ingram to the Bills, 24. All right, thanks, Christina. Replaced by Eddie Yarbrough. On the toss, it's Kamara. Kamara inside the 10, out of bounds at the Buffalo 5. More yards than the Bills have on offense all game. First and goal from the 5 on the toss, it's Kamara, and he is in for a touchdown.
Alvin Kamara, and he's working on it. Look, this is a tough situation for Shaq Lawson. Got a dynamic young runner with speed and agility, and just no chance. Ramon Humber.
Touchdown in 3 straight games for Kamara. Watch the extra point. Credits that 2-week stretch. They went on the road to Charlotte and then London after the 2 losses to start the season. 6 straight wins, and now it's McCoy, and he is hit for a loss. Sheldon Rankin is with the tackle, loss of 2. Second down and 12. As McCoy throws, wide open. First down and more. Taylor's hurt. Taylor is down. Now a second flag is thrown as Clay takes it out to the 48, and now Tyrod Taylor.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, offense number 10. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 57. Penalties offset, second down.
Deontay Thompson erases the 25-yard reception by Clay. Now Taylor, over to his right, and that throw is high. He's looking for McCoy. Third down and 12 for the Bills. Empty backfield. They must get to the 35 for a first down. And that pass is picked off on the deflection. Inside the 5, down to the 3. It's Sheldon Rankins.
Same defense there in your screen. Again, Tyrod Taylor tries to force it into Clay. Can't make the clean catch. Easiest interception you'll ever have.
First and goal from the Bills 3. Following the interception, it's Ingram. There's a flag as Ingram takes it in for his 3rd touchdown today.
Release hands to the face. Defense number 21. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
Getting hit. And he's just running through people. Micah Hyde, no chance to stop him once he gets through the offensive line. And his team came in rolling. They're continuing to roll, Kenny.
Lutz is wide right. And Reggie Bush was the last to do it. 2006. Archie Manning was the first. Back in 1977, the 11th time. 3 rushing touchdowns by a Saint. Only 107 yards of total offense for Tyrod Taylor and the Bills. This is Clay. There are 2 flags. 2 penalty markers on the field.
There are 2 fouls on the offense. Ineligible downfield. Number 79, that penalty's declined. Holding, offense number 64. 10-yard penalty, first down.
And that long developing screen route. Now they're so far behind the sticks. What do they do here? Got to get the ball out.
First and 20, and that pass was batted down. Taylor under pressure from Cam Jordan. He steps up. And he'll run out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
This Allen's been able to do with his unit, especially some of the young guys in the secondary.
Former head coach of the Raiders, 3rd and 13, not nearly enough. Down at the...
Get short of the line to gain and punt. You're not going to win a football game. You're not going to please your home fans that way.
Here's Ginn Jr. There is a flag. That was the 5th Bills punt. Saints have not yet punted today.
Kick, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Receiving team number 21, blocking out of bounds. 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down, timeout.
From their 6-yard line. It's Ingram on first down. And Ingram is out to the 17-yard line. Shifts to the right side. Here's Kamara up the middle. Another nice run. Kamara did pick up the first down. Now it's the fullback, Zach Line. His 3rd carry of the season. Give up 34 to the Jets their last game. 30 to the Saints so far today. Ingram back on the field, stayed on his feet, and has another Saints first down out to the 45.
It's only gotten worse since this game has gone on.
Now it's Kamara, found a big hole to the Bills 40.
About the worst feeling you can have as a defensive player. I've been there where you feel like the easiest thing to do is, from an offensive perspective, is turn around, hand the ball off, and you can't stop them. Talk about rhythm and offense, that's what it is.
Kamara again, another first down. 6 first downs the last 7 plays.
The year, we already mentioned Senio Calamete earlier, the role he's had to play. Being able to cross-train on the front, having guys versatile enough.
In the Peyton Breeze era, how many times do you think they've had a drive like this? All runs.
Alistair, they had those other guys, Reggie Bush, all those, they put 2 running backs on the field. It's tough to deal with as a defense.
Breeze looking to throw.
He's going to run. Why not?
He's in. Touchdown.
To go. And Drew Brees is not the guy you would expect to be a runner, but all quarterbacks become runners in the red zone. And he takes a
2nd rushing touchdown of the season for Breeze. Lutz missed his last extra point attempt. This one is good.
How they're going to play in the weather. Got to go onto a road in a hostile environment here in Buffalo. And if there was any questions, 1979, that was a good year in Tampa. I think they made the playoffs that year.
October of 79. That pass intended for Deontay Thompson. 2nd and 10. Taylor on the move, and it's Okafor once again.
Last time you could say that about a New Orleans Saints team. It's been forever.
3rd down at 11. Talk about defense. They come up big once again.
Oh, who's going to get credited for it?
Rankins with a sack and an interception today. Ted Ginn Jr. October of 79 against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Here's Ingram. Ingram out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. You waiting? Ingram. Ingram out across the 35.
At the end of this football game, still got to finish this game playing hard.
And Ingram for a Saints first down. 19th consecutive run, it's Kamara. Out to the 42. And then would go on a long win streak.
In order to be this, 6 looking
Neutral
like
zone
7.
infraction. Defense number 92. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Played here last month and a half. I think they're at the top of the list. He came into today's game with the most yards per touch in the NFL, and there he goes, over 100.
He has another first down with Ruben Mays leading the way. So what's next for these Saints?
Class of the South this year.
Under 9 minutes remaining on the toss, it's Edmonds.
And Kenny, I don't think that anybody would have told you that at the beginning of the year. Coming off 2-3, right? 7 and 9 seasons. You smell 24 here too, Kenny.
Think?
I think.
Edmonds. And you hear the crowd react as the Bills defense stops the Saints.
Still going to turn around and hand this ball off though. That one wrong.
Reese throws and it's a first down. Michael Thomas, his 9th catch today. This is Edmonds, and he's met back at the 38-yard line by Cedric Thornton. 37-3 over the Buffalo Bills, who are headed to their second straight defeat. You talked about
this team going to finally make a playoff run or into the playoffs. 17 years, right? Giving up
Holding
a lot of points in 2 weeks.
75. Penalties decline. Fourth down.
Bills' last postseason game, a long 57. On the left hash, Lutz from 53. It has the distance. He's watching Sean Payton carrying all the playbooks during the first day of training camp at Lehigh University.
Right.
This.
No, definitely no run days. New quarterback in the game, Kenny.
There is a Nathan at quarterback for the Bills, Nathan Peterman. And his first pass leads to an ovation as the catch is made by Deontay Thompson.
He throws with a lot of anticipation. He's not physically gifted, but he does have nice timing in his rhythm. We saw it in the preseason this year.
Peterman, incomplete. Intended for Nick O'Leary.
Unable to get him the ball down the field. He was not a threat.
That pass intended for Kelvin Benjamin. 4th down and 1 for Peterman and the Bills. Low snap on the toss. It is DeMarco, and he will not get there. Back in 2015 with LaShawn McCoy, Carlos Williams, and Sammy Watkins. Chase Daniel now in at quarterback for the Saints. 107 and a touchdown for Kamara. Drew Brees with a rushing touchdown as Daniel hands it off, and Edmonds will take it all the way. Trey Edmonds, his first NFL score and a record 6th rushing touchdown for the New Orleans Saints.
See, great blocking up front. 2 DBs getting each other's way, and the easy jaunt to the end zone. Offense here in 2017 where they are comfortable enough to hand the ball off.
Get out during that guest captain segment that both Mark Ingram and his dad Mark both drafted in the first round, 28th overall. Information, historical references, but Sean Payton is always right on it. He's all over it.
He can't help himself.
He gave his
Personal
team
foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 25. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That's on Raphael Bush.
And I like the way Sean approaches his young team. Nice ball there by Peterman to Kelvin Benjamin.
That was a 21-yard reception by Benjamin. Here's Benjamin again. You're right, the previous long was a 10-yard reception by Deontay Thompson today.
The ball to Kelvin Benjamin as much as possible. You go out and get this guy for a reason. Give him chances. And I think going forward, you'll see him get Lattimore on the other side, Ken Crawley on this side. You got some good safeties, and there's no wonder this defense is playing so much better past couple weeks.
Here at Orchard Park, they travel well. As Peterman throws, touchdown, Nick O'Leary.
Lear right there in the slot, number 84. Just coming across the formation, front zone defense. Is good patience by Peterman, waiting for him to clear. Buys a little bit of time, delivers a strike.
Hauschka, the extra point in the Sean Payton, Drew Brees era. They rushed for over 300 yards. Onside kick. And that one is right into the hands of Kamara. What has he not done today? But 301 yards on the ground at one
Offside.
point.
Team number 57. 5-yard penalty from the end of the play. First down, New Orleans.
Taking notice of week 2, they were out of it. Week 10, they're going to playoffs, buddy.
Director Kyle Collins, Dave Corris crunching the numbers along with Ricky Camps and our spotter Ben Bulma. New Orleans Saints will become the second team in the Super Bowl era to start 0-2 and then win their next 7, joining the 93 Dallas Cowboys. Their 4th straight road win, first home loss suffered by the Buffalo Bills this season. Bills' 2nd straight defeat overall. On Veterans Day weekend, Saints go to 7-2.